glad.
Dude, we just had a strong transition from TikTok Live right over here to IG Live. So I feel like people are going to make the transition quickly. Natalia's back. That's my girl. What's
Hi
going on?
guys, how are you?
Lisa, what's going on with you?
I forgot my glitter crown, but imagine that it's there. We have the glitter on the
You
eyes.
need to like send me some, like that I can just like.
Oh, the edible glitter that I put on your abs is still in the house with Brooklyn, unless they've thrown it in the trash can, which I hope they haven't.
That is so.
But I will glitter you anything. Do not worry.
Yo,
Hi,
have you watched the episode yet?
No.
Okay, so I was like, whoa, Sweet Kenny K isn't able to join. Here, I'm gonna invite him again.
Kenny K, hi guys. Hi Ted. Matt,
all right, I just invited him again. We'll see if it works.
Oh my god. Matt and I are so ready to like compete somewhere together.
Oh my
like we have so much left in our engine to like.
I've been talking about this because I'm like, yo, the only 2 comps I got to do was the shuffleboard and the freaking clone thing. That was so lame. Like you realize like my whole entire BB experience, all I did competitively was this. And then the second time I just went, I'm like, yo, I didn't get to do anything.
I mean, I got to run through the honey. I'm not sure if they saw it, but just so we all know, because I'm a chef, like I tasted the honey and it was definitely sweet.
Yo, so in the episode I watched it, there is a soundbite of me going like, is this a bad time to ask what it tastes like?
And then like when I win, it has you like glaring at me, and I'm like, I don't think Matt was that upset that I won. Like,
no, I was happy that you won. But Lisa, like, hello, girl, you could have chose me to play with you. I might still be there if you had chosen me. Isn't that crazy?
I might still be there if I didn't use edible glitter.
If I chained myself to a truck and got dragged for a mile and looked beat up, I think I would be there too. Because maybe in the first 3 minutes, I wouldn't have been chalked up for a showmance. And then I wouldn't have had somebody's grandma put me on blast.
Crazy. There's so many like what ifs, but I'm just like, I think, my mantra was just trust the way things unfold. Right. So there's so much left that we can do. Maybe we'll be called back to like show Big Brother what it's all about, like Amazing Race, the challenge, like
put us on.
I think they took out the strongest 2 competitors at the beginning of the season because they knew we were the biggest threat and we were going to play a really hard game. So, like, good luck to them, but, like, we're still champions in my book.
So, this is the thought I've been processing today. I'm curious to get your thoughts on it. Is, like, how do you think the dynamic, so with what you just said, like, you're a competitor, you won a POV, I am a competitor, although I did not get to show off diddly squat.
Yeah.
So, if we were still there, Kenny too. Where is Kenny? I don't know.
Kenny, sweet Kenny K, are you at your food truck?
Kenny K? He was supposed to be here. So, if we were still there competing, how do you think that would change the dynamic of the house? So, like, because essentially right now, like, Tucker is like running game on literally everybody.
Yeah.
How do you think it would be different if we were still there and maybe he didn't feel as confident that he could just like run through the house? Do you think it would change things?
I mean, he's planting seeds for everyone, Watching everything back, he planted a lot of seeds about me that weren't true. But
he did.
He planted seeds like a little garden.
Right.
I mean, I'm a chef. I love farm to table, but this is not the kinds of seeds that I wanted planted about me. And he planted so many lies about me that everyone believed. And so, like, he's playing a crazy game, but he's playing a good game because he has, it seems like he has everyone, he knows how to play everyone.
Right.
And because he knows how to play everyone, that's a little scary in the game because I don't I mean, I didn't know what was going on when he played me.
Right.
So, like, I don't know what's going on in everyone's mind when he's playing them. And so, like, he could possibly get to the very end because, oh my
I know.
gosh.
And it's kind of interesting because I feel like people are afraid to go against Tucker because he's won so much, but like Quinn has been forced into this situation where he has to go toe to toe with him now. And so you probably know this, and spoiler alert, if you don't know what's happened on the feeds, spoilers, because we're going to talk about it. So right now on the block, it is the one and only potential showmance, Mackenzie, also known as Mackenzie Joe.
MJ.
We've got Cedric's on the block, and we had Tucker. And Tucker had just won another power of veto. Like, what are we doing? Like, in the episode, for those of you that were on TikTok Live tonight, like, the comp tonight was freaking lame. It was the question one. It's like, you have to put somebody up.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, like, that was kind of boring to me. I want to see people, like, hanging on to stuff for, like, hours.
Yeah.
Just like, where are those? I don't know. So, anyways, Tucker's great at all of them, and he's one power veto. So now all the tea, maybe tune into Spill the Tea with Lisa on TikTok, is that who is going to be renommed? And so let's talk about this, Lisa. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think about Tuina? What do you think about what's going on with Tucker and Rabina? Because I'll say this: if I had done that with Mackenzie, it would have lit all of the country on fire. Like, I'm like, did you see the way he picked her up and held her? I was like, yo, I didn't do any of that. Like, I'm jealous. Like, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Like,
did you want to pick MJ up in the
bro? Sure. I mean, hello. Like, all I did was walk in. Like,
some Modelos. Where did the Modelo? Like, guys, live feeders. Where did the Modelos come?
They're
from?
out here cranking coldies, and like, we didn't get that. I didn't get that. I had to steal a White Claw from Angela's HOH.
You could have been shotgunning Modelo's, like, hugging on MJ.
I literally, so like, all right, this is behind the scenes tea.
Sweet Kenny K can't get on.
What? Why? What is the situation?
Hey, are you still camping? Why can't you get in here? Come join the party.
Kenny's just in the chat. Kenny, get in here.
Honestly, we are the first three. Like, our pictures on the block, like, this is my theory. We just look so good up on that board.
Dude,
that they
I
just
will
wanted
say,
to.
wait, let's go. Let's go.
Hi, Dad.
We're back.
What's
Kenny,
up?
where are you right now?
I'm up camp. I'm in hiding. There's a lot of hate out there.
Where's Renee?
Cat done. And I gotta read what you said, Matt. You would have definitely done that with MJ if you're still there to be serious. Bro, yes. Honestly. Like, I was falling fast, and you know, the little liquid courage, I would have been like, you know, what are we doing? So, all right, Kenny, are you caught up on like all that's happening?
I'm all caught up. I watched the lives.
Okay.
My wife watched a little extra. She filled me all in.
So
here's
what I want everybody's opinion on is like, what do we think about the brewing showmance between Tucker and Rabina? The Tuina? What do we think about Tuina?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are both aware where I slept, right?
Oh, I know. I kept it up a couple times.
Yeah. I slept right there by the door. Actually, I
did you hear
didn't
anything?
really do much sleeping.
Okay, wait.
I can't confirm
We need your take on this, Kenny, because you actually were there when this was developing. Like what's the vibes behind Tuina?
Yeah, I think Tucker was having a hard time a couple of days with me, and I think Rabina was being a good friend, and it might have developed into something a little bit more. You know?
I know. I feel like a lot of people are asking me about it, and I'm like, I love. Like, I want to see it work out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm still a little salty. I'm jealous. Like, I mean, I'll read y'all my mail. I'm like, this is wild. I didn't do anything and got put on blast, and he's out here hugging up on his shawty. I'm like, man, I'm kind of jealous. I can't even.
Shawty like mine.
I know.
Baby, it's
know.
time.
Yeah.
I know. But
here are my thoughts. Like I don't know if it's gameplay or genuine.
okay.
Only they know what's going on. But like from a human component, we're isolated in the house. We're cut off from family and friends. We need some dose of normalcy, even if it's, you know, some peace of mind that like is a dose of feeling good. You know, we played a crazy game, and then we had young Cedric, and then we played the game and had a talent show, and then we played the game and went to go meditate. So that we need these doses in whatever form in terms of our perception, if it's like real or not, but like there must be some like feel good from that. But I don't know if it's gameplay. I don't know if it's half gameplay, half vibes. And you know, I hope everyone stays like.
I don't think it's really. I mean, it's probably a little bit of gameplay because the whole thing is a big game. But at the end of the day, Tucker's by himself. Rabina doesn't have a strong alliance right now that I figured out. You know, watching back and listening to some live feeds. So the two of them are on an island by themselves. I think at this point with Angela, I think they find comfort in each other, and that happens in the house.
Yeah,
I know somebody else that found. I know someone else that found some comfort in the house too, and that happens.
It does, and like that was one thing I wanted to say. And quick shout out to some people that are in here. Shout out to BB Steph is in here. I saw Hisam hop on. Shout out to Hisam. We got Big Brother Spoilers is up in here right now. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, BB Spoilers is on here. Cat Dunn's up in the mix. Turner's up in here. What's up, y'all? Y'all, Turner's Furniture is going crazy. Even like before I knew I was going to be on Big Brother, I'm like, I need to figure out how to do what he's doing because I'm spending too much money at IKEA. But this is one thing I wanted to say was like, I love what y'all were saying about the development of genuine connections in the house because in this, like, I'm not going to, you know, try to get emotional about it, but both of you guys were that for me. And I've told you this, you know, off camera, Kenny, but like, you will never understand how much the way you treated me meant to my dad. And every single day I've been home, he's asked me to get your address somehow just so he can write you a letter. And I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know you were a police officer. And even watching that episode, it was so fast. Like, it was literally like we go straight outside and start talking. And you mentioned you're in the service, and I brought that up. It's crazy. Shout out my boy Matt Klotz, bro. He's up in the Peach State right now. Maybe a potential meetup. We'll have to see. But anyways, yeah, like even with you, Lisa, and you mentioned it, you know, in your interview, was like we grew a lot from a personal level, and I don't know, maybe this is a question, maybe this is how I felt, but I felt like I gained your vote from a personal conversation that we had that only live feeders would have saw. You know what I mean? And like, and obviously, like I was a number for you. Like we could have played together in the future and done some stuff, but that meant a lot to me because when you're in the house, having genuine connections is what makes it feel bearable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
I would say that was the biggest issue that I had. It was finding the connections with people to try and make it bearable. You know, a lot of people don't understand when you get in there that those things kind of happen. And there's a lot of people obviously saying, and I feel bad that my head wasn't in the game, but people don't realize the amount of downtime that goes on in there. And during that downtime, when you're all alone and you're one person that you confide in every single day is at home, those things creep up. And it was totally unexpected by me. I worked hard to try and get, where I was into the house. And those things just creeped up. And I feel bad for the fans that took a vested interest in me and liked me. And now that I can see that I had a lot of support out there. But you don't see that in the house. I mean, they don't see that. You don't see that in the house. And Matt, when you went home, it was kind of tough. When Lisa went home, it was kind of tough because I think the three of us were kind of on the same island as far as like me and Lisa were on the block 2 times in a row with each other, you know, and then you ended up there with me. So people don't really understand those aspects of the game. But at the end of the day, I didn't stop playing the game in the competition on the competition standpoint.
Definitely not.
I almost won every HOH I played in. I won one
both
veto,
of
and I
you
almost
guys
won the other veto.
cranked out a power of veto win. Cranked out a power veto win.
So I didn't quit the game per se, but yeah, my head wasn't in at 100%, and it kind of was a relief to be evicted because I didn't see a path to the end anyway. My only path to the end was going to be with Tucker, and when I'm up there, if I was up there with Tucker, Tucker was going to go home. It was set in stone. He was going home. My best case scenario at that point was to hope that the house flipped on Quinn. I knew they weren't going to flip on him. It was pretty apparent 2 days before that. They weren't even, whoever America voted, they weren't going to vote out regardless of who it was. So I knew my days were numbered anyway. And what if I stayed there another week or two? Would it have made a difference? I don't know. But my fate was set before me going home because at the end of the day, I started the not wanting to be here as kind of a ploy. And but it took a turn for the worse when that ploy turned into, real feelings. And, as time passed, it was tough. So. But I know what Tucker's going through. He needs somebody on the side, and he's got Rubina.
Yeah. Wait, was that, Kenny, was it part of your game strategy to be like, I want to go home so people would like potentially use you as a shield?
Yeah, at first I kind of really wasn't saying I wanted to go home. I was more saying, how much I miss my family and doing my 5 o'clock shout outs. And I was like, I was getting a lot of sympathy, and I was like, oh wow, they're sympathizing me with.
You're like, I'm gonna double down here.
I'm going to double down. And it was probably the worst decision I made because it actually caused more emotions that was going on. And I was like, forget it. Like, this is tough. Like, the mental stress of doing that really screwed me up bad.
Right. Well, okay. So here's the question I have for you guys. I have been like wanting to ask you guys this. What were you, so I have coined this moment, and I don't think it's like been caught yet, but I'm like working because I came up with it and I thought it was like absolute gas. I'm calling Angela's blow up the Massacre, which I like, cause I was calling it the Massacre, but then I was like, oh my gosh, my name is like Matt. So what were y'all thinking when that happened? Because from my perspective, and I've talked about it like, on a lot of different like interviews and stuff, but when she came down clapping, I was like, and like, I look at Tucker and like me and Tucker, like Quinn starts like getting a little shimmy. He's like, hey. And no lie, I thought that when she called my name, she was going to say, Matt, would you just get up and like dance for us? Cause like, we're going to have a better day. And I was like, so I was getting ready to like just bust down and like, no. So I'm curious, like, what did you guys think, like, while that was happening? Like, did you think it was serious or like what?
I thought we were getting into another like activity or competition because, when you come out of like the diary room or a moment, you're like, you go in with, we're not allowed to talk about it, but like whatever, you're like, hey, go do go tell them they're getting chosen as have-nots kind of thing. And you come out with excitement, right? So I thought like something was happening in the game that wasn't for someone. So you started clapping. I thought we were like this. And then she came out and it took a few seconds to catch up where I was just like, is this really happening? And then it kept going and I was like, oh, this is really happening. Like people really do this. Okay.
Yeah, my thought process on it immediately when she came down, she started, I was like, this is a plant. Like, she's planted here by the show to do this. Someone just told her to say it. I really thought it was a plant. I thought she was part of the game. I didn't think she was a real house guest at that point. I thought she was just put in the house to stir up stuff. And it was real. A lot of people didn't think it was real, but it was real.
I said this on Rob Has a Podcast, but like, this is so genuine. Like, I genuinely mean this. Like, I was actually thinking about it this morning and, because trauma. And I was like, her flames at me were so specific and lyrical, like they were so intricate that like I couldn't even take offense to them fully. You know what I mean? Like, cause it took me time to like understand what she was saying. It was like a freaking Kendrick Lamar verse. Like I was like, I need to like listen to that back and think about what was just said. Like the one where she was like, you need to take the words out of your mouth and show them up around because they're and I was like, oh my gosh, like directionally, that is like lyrical bars.
Yeah,
and it just took me
like,
time
has
to like
that one been brewing?
absolutely understand it.
Was that brewing for a while, or was that just chilling there to be waiting for the right person, right moment to use it? But I was like, oh my, like, is this really happening?
Right. And like everybody like that's saying like, yo, she crushed that. I'm like, bro, she did. Like I think it's wild nobody's like put some beats behind some of the stuff that she said because lyrically is fire. Like and the crazy eyes comment, I was kind of like it was so specific. Like she was very adamant about like using that specific like thing. Because she was like crazy eyes, and it wasn't like she didn't like change the adjective that she used. And so I was like, why? So in the moment, and they actually put it on the episode, like I thought that somebody had gone to her and been like, yo, Matt said you have crazy eyes. And so I thought that's why she was blowing up on me because somebody like threw out a lie and was like, you know, crazy eyes. But that was just like literally what she was coming at me for. So in the moment I was like, okay, wait, hold up. So are you saying my eyes are crazy, or is it your eyes, or you think that I said your, like whose eyes are we talking about?
Is that Renee?
No, my dog ran away.
Oh,
Hold on, I'll be right back.
okay. We'll wait.
Okay,
anyways,
no, Matt, you have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. I needed that because I'm like, I felt like they're completely normal. Okay, we're getting a lot of requests to let in Kat Dunn. Kat, I don't know how to do that. Like, this is our
add
first
someone
trial.
else in? Let's see.
I thought Google said we could only have 3. Kat, tell me how. How do we do it, Kat?
How do we let you in? Oh wait, Kenny K.
Okay, hold up.
Go?
Hold up. Let me see.
Oh my God, Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Tommy, shout out to Tommy.
Oh my God, Tommy
What's up?
wore like this amazing glitter outfit to my interview. I was living for it.
Wow, I'm in. Okay. I got my selfie right because I was like, I look like Turner right now.
You look gorgeous.
No, I don't. But wait, what's going
Kat,
on?
stop it. You look great.
Wait, I think I look better without the selfie light. Hold on.
Wait, the party is really starting now that you're here.
Hold on. Yeah. Wait, where do we even start? Okay. Matt, have you not seen the clips of you on the live feed clips of your eyes?
Oh yeah, so I have thought about this because I'm like, I'm like, where did that come from? Like genuinely, what did I do? But I will say, like,
you had crazy eyes.
Even in my interview with Julie, my eyes look a little wide. Like, I don't think they look like that now. But there was a couple times I think when I was talking, I was like, damn, have I gone my whole life and nobody has been like, yo, bro, squint a little bit more. But like,
no,
I don't know. I thought that was crazy.
I do have a theory. Okay, because when I was in the Big Brother house, there's also gifts of me where my eyes are like super wide. I don't know if
I think it's sleep. I think I was sleep.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, you did have some crazy eyes. In a way, nothing personal.
Kat, what do you think about my eyes
now?
Personal. Do you think
they look great?
Still crazy?
No, they were. But the first 2 days of the feeds, they were crazy.
They were wild. Dang.
They were. What? So that's kind of why we were all. I mean, okay. I also think I'm the only Angela standing here right now because I really like Angela, but I like y'all too. So it's like I come in peace.
Okay.
But but the reason why, well, one of the reasons why Angela has people on her side is because people know that you did have crazy eyes the first day.
I think it's because I stayed up all night talking to Mackenzie.
Yeah, it might be a lack of sleep. I have a theory that they pump oxygen into the Big Brother house. I don't know if it's legit, but I also don't know if that has an effect on eyes. But I need to study that. I don't know.
I think the Big Brother house does some crazy stuff because we're not eating our food that we're normally eating. We're not sleeping. Yeah. I feel like the whole time I see all the photos of me, I had a permanent worried look on my face the whole time, and I was just constantly stressed in my face the whole time.
I thought you looked great. I didn't think you looked that stressed. I thought you looked great.
I feel like I was just exhausted and stressed the whole time because I'm just trying to go on a workout, and then Matt tries to have a 3-hour conversation with me.
Wait,
yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
And then everyone's like, you're wrapped around Matt Finger. And I was like, what is happening?
Oh, I don't remember that. Okay, wait, I have a conspiracy that I have to run by y'all because y'all didn't have a live move-in either. So we didn't have a live move-in my season. And I have a theory that they kept us up for 48 hours, but they told us it was 24. Do y'all feel the same?
Oh my gosh, because I will admit,
so much happened in that day. That was not 24 hours.
Like after, I don't know how much we can talk about, but it is a
Oh,
large
yeah,
amount of time.
I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. So like, yeah, yeah.
Everyone's telling me I look better here.
I don't even know. Like, I feel like I've like talked about it before, but they are like, "Oh, that's such a crazy theory. No one's gonna believe her." But I kind of feel like I don't know.
That's actually crazy.
That's what I would do if I was them.
That's actually crazy because I will say, I guess we're about to talk about this. Like, from the moment we like walked into the house, it was way faster than what I thought. I don't know if it was like that for y'all, but I was like, whoa, like, can I like look at myself in the mirror? Like, I'm about to go in front of America for the first time.
A lot happened.
I'm gonna look busted. It was like Zoom, you're right in.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Some of the screenshots of us are like really funny, and like you really are like, there's cameras there, but you really forget them. And I was like, oh, the fans really captured that moment up close and personal.
Yeah,
there's no hiding here. But it's all good. Honestly, everyone, thank you for thinking I look better here than in the house. I mean, I didn't have. First of all, let's talk. I don't know how much. Like, I don't think. I was on slop. First of all, I was on the block. I was like in Big Brother office every single moment. Everyone was, but I want to say like Matt and my first weeks were just like so stressful, and every moment I just tried to like win the power of veto and make myself lunch, and then everyone wants to talk to me, and I'm like, I just need some food. And then week 2, I was on slop all week, and I had to like handle everything and endure everything that was thrown at me while on slop, let's talk about it, making macaroni and cheese for the house while I'm on slop, making slop food for all the have-naughties, and competing and fighting for myself in 2 competitions. Like, I was freaking tired, guys. Yeah. Like, all I wanted to do was like nap and eat some guacamole or a burrito, but like office at Big Brother wouldn't let me. Like, it was a long few weeks.
Yeah, they want you crazy. I mean, but so do we. Like, so do the people watching, because we love the chaos. Like the first week,
crazy.
The first week was great.
Crazy Eyes is made by Big Brother.
Well, no. Okay, kind of. I think that there is something to like a study that should go on about how a lot of people like have their eyes like really like bug-eyed in the Big Brother house. Because I also did that. Not as crazy as yours. Yours were very crazy.
Sure they were, because I was fighting back, falling asleep multiple days. Like, there was one day we were sitting outside, middle of the day, like direct sunlight, and I was literally like fighting. I think I was talking to Kenny and just fighting it back. So I can definitely see, and looking at, like, I've definitely seen a couple clips where I'm like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah, it was really entertaining though. You killed it. I would not have changed a thing about that first week. It was, okay, except for maybe getting evicted.
Well,
that
speak
was
for yourself,
unfortunate.
Kate.
But the entertainment was like really good. But okay, question. I heard that you're coming out with Crazy Eyes merch. Is that true?
So I'm definitely thinking about it, because on my TikTok lives, people are really wanting it. They really want it. So,
man, I love Big Brother merch.
There's a huge movement right now for Crazy Eyes merch. Yeah. There's also a huge movement for Matt Summer merch.
You know what would actually be really iconic? I don't know how you would do this, but if there's a way to get like sunglasses, like, like even if it's like the plastic ones, and put like Crazy Eyes on the side.
Yes.
Well, I could have like my person.
Or like if you could get it if you could get like right there. Regular glasses would be better, so then people could like see your eyes. But
I am so down. There's a huge movement, because I like, somebody threw it out as a joke on the comments feed the other day, and I was like, y'all, would y'all actually buy Crazy Eyes merch?
Yes.
They were like, literally,
and edible glitter. I would snatch up that edible glitter so fast.
Okay.
This is the other one. Matt's Brats, the hashtag, is becoming a movement slowly.
Yeah. Can Can the fans that are in here right now, can you tell us anything that you want to see from us, that you want to
Sorry,
like
someone said I was talking over
buy?
you.
What kind of glitter merch? Do you guys want like edible glitter? Like where do you want the glitter?
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Lisa, I was gonna say you putting glitter on my abs actually did make the episode. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's another possibility of merch.
Glittery
there.
ab. I mean, I do that at work for a living, and like people eat it up and like love it. I've also had like, so one of my companies is called Batch Best Friend, and it's so okay. In the house, I told people I was just a bachelorette, bachelor, love is love chef, transforming your journey to ultra. And there's edible glitter everywhere, and I garnish like the male entertainers' abs with it. Sometimes we play games where I'm like, lick the glitter off of someone kind of thing, and people go crazy. Like it's like a fun party game, and we put it on the food and people put it on their face. I clear up some glitter stuff? I want to clear up some glitter stuff right now.
That's how the house should have reacted to the glitter.
I had
like eating it
no
up.
idea it would be my demise, and it's hilarious.
I feel like they were not like team glitter people.
No, and I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life that like hates glitter as much as the people in the house.
They hated it.
Let me make it clear. I asked everyone, so I put the glitter in my hand, and I got really excited because the boys were finishing their have not week, and I was like, it's time to celebrate. And how Lisa celebrates is obviously like with glitter and a vibe. So I got excited. I went to go get it because I was just so excited. And I got a guy who wants edible glitter, and I held it over his plate about to sprinkle it. And I didn't sprinkle it because he said, no, no, no. Quinn said, no, no, no. I went around to Chemo. I think Chemo like nodded or said yes. So I put a little bit on his plate kind of thing. But I asked everyone what they wanted, but I didn't actually put it on. And let's talk about, I wasn't allowed edible glitter the second week. And I only used edible glitter about like 5 times, only on the fruit board, on my avocado toast after like the week of slop, on his abs, and then on like our glittery cocktails that we did, and on Joseph's birthday breakfast. Like it's his birthday, so you have to have glitter. So I think people really like played up the glitter situation, which I'm all here for, but like glitter is a vibe, and like it wasn't on every meal because people were like, hey, I don't like edible glitter, I don't want it, so I didn't put it on stuff. Oh, MJ's cookie, she wanted me to put it on her cookie.
Oh bro, so I'm not gonna lie, those I missed. Like somebody like made an edit of like so the last day, I've talked about this, like the last day I knew I was probably going. Like every room I would go into, I feel like people slowly just started to drift off. And that was like so drastically different from the last couple where I was like, yeah, like it's not looking good for me over here. Like something's brewing. And so I was like, dang, like I need to get prepared to like go crush this competition. And then it turned into like a glorified counting comp. But that whole last night, I was like, I just got put on like absolute smoke. Like I'm worried about my mom. I just want to like take it like a couple hours to like chill.
Wait, and I'm gonna leave because then y'all can put Kenny back in. I feel bad. So
here, I'll send it back. Kat, we love you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for letting me in. Thanks for letting me hang out with y'all.
Okay, so people are asking me about Tucker. So we have Car vs. Pearls. Wait, Lisa, any opinions on Tucker dressing up as you for your eviction? Okay, so I didn't realize this until I rewatched it after I was out of the house. But like in the house, he was getting his hair French braided and he was wearing see-through sunnies, which in the house, I was like, you look amazing. I love your vibe. Your look is so good. I did not realize he was dressing up as me as further gameplay to kind of like within his rivalry, like wear my look while evicting me. So on my TikTok, once I realized this on my TikTok, I made like a really funny comparison of like, I did it originally and he copied it, right? Like, I just probably liked his style because it's how I dress. So I was a fan, and I actually think it's funny that he dressed up like me during our competition. I didn't realize that it was a one-sided rivalry that was happening, but imitation is the best form of flattery, so I'm here for it. I know,
let me put that Drake song to it. I thought that was cold. I love it. All right, let me send this back to Kenny. We need it.
Yeah, where's Kenny?
Hey, I'm a generation below Sweet Kenny. I want to make sure he's good.
Sweet Kenny K.
Why do we never call him Sweet Kenny K in the house?
I don't know, but I don't want to call him anything else in real life.
I know.
Scarlet Fever 22. Lisa, what did you put on their pillows?
Yeah,
though?
Turner wants to know. Yeah, Turner wants to know. Turner, buckle up.
There's so much stuff that I'm learning now that I'm outside of the house. I'm happy to clear up anything. So we were have-nots. The boys slept in there the week before. It was like messy and a hot mess. You know, I like to set intentions with each new room. So I told like the girls, I told Leah, Rubina, MJ, and Leah, I was like, hey, I'm going to go like set some intentions, cleanse the room. And so I went upstairs with my moon water. Palo Santo is very like rejuvenating. It clears intentions. We can't burn anything in the house.
Wait, which one was that?
The essential oils, the drops.
Yeah, but there was one that you maybe, I was like, let me smell it. And I was like, ugh. Which
I know,
one was that?
You didn't vibe with any of the essential oils.
Did the lavender one?
The lavender essence is good, right? So I just set some intentions. I cleanse the energy out in the room. You have to say things out loud for it to like, you know, words are powerful. So I was setting intentions for the room. So everyone had a beautiful night's sleep. I put essential oils on their pillow. I went downstairs, let them know. And they were like, oh my God, thank you so much for doing that. MJ, when she came upstairs, she took more lavender essence and put it on her pillow. Like we offered some to Rubina. So like everyone was down with it.
Take, you know, it's my hoodies, it's my hat, it's the oils. I mean, goodness.
The oils made sure that we had the best night's sleep possible because we were sleeping on a box. So, you know, we'll take all the good vibes as possible. I didn't know that essential oils and blessing a room would be so.
Yeah, boo. Because I would have loved it.
Honestly.
All right, let's take the questions.
Okay.
Let's see what the people want. I'll take one and then you take one. Or how about this? You read them and I'll pick one that's asked to you that I want you to answer. And then you pick one that's asked to me and I'll answer it.
Oh, good. Alexis 2010. Matt, please tell us everything about the Zack Bryan concert. They want to hear everything.
Okay, so this is pretty wild. So I was at a friend's pool and this guy came up and was like, hey man, I'm not trying to be weird, but like I'm a huge fan, like I'd love to meet you. And long story short, he got me pit tickets to Zack Bryan, free 99. And so that was really, really awesome. I got this hat there. It says Godspeed, which is the Julie Chen Moonves line. I was like, that's an absolute cop. So it was amazing. Kenny's TikTok about it was hilarious.
Funny.
I was also really hoping that I would get to play Heading South. Have you seen that, Lisa?
Which one?
So they essentially, he'll bring up somebody from the crowd.
Yeah.
To like. He'll bring somebody up to play it, and I was like, this is my moment. Like, let's go. And I didn't get picked. So that was sad.
We'll get picked eventually. We should go to a concert together. What concert should we go to together? Because like, you know, I love a good party.
That's the one I feel like that you've been wanting to go, the Lady Gaga concert. Should we go?
So good. But also like I couldn't be country, like denim on denim. Okay, so I had like someone DM me, they're like, in your goodbye message to Matt, you were like denim on denim, cowboy boots in the real world. Great. When is that happening? So I think I should come visit you, do some denim on denim, cowboy boots, like rock out and go dance the night away.
I think we should do. Oh my gosh. Okay. I want to give a quick shout out to Eddie. Lisa, I don't know if you've met Eddie, but that is Brooklyn's husband.
Hi, Eddie.
Eddie, you are the man, and I literally cannot wait to visit you and the family. I literally cannot wait. And I love talking with you. And I have your number. I'm gonna text you, give you a call sometime. But yeah, I think we should do like a Big Brother meet and greet. We need to get Matt Klotz sexy butt and some denim on denim. Like that, I mean, we'd get everybody to pull up if that was the case. My goodness.
Yeah.
We should do like a denim meet and greet.
I suggest them a denim theme night in the house, and no one was like down with it.
People were afraid. They were like, yes.
Here's the thing: the house has like this really interesting social
barrier
world that you have to like. So like, I would suggest a theme that was a great theme and people like, eh. And then someone else would suggest a similar theme and a fun theme, another fun theme, and they'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. But they already like had it in their mind that like anything I said or did would be just like picked apart. So they just like booed all of my, like, okay, here's one of the things I was so sad didn't land. I did a have not happy hour. So I did shots of emergency, and then I made some like, I think I made fries, like Slickle fries. And then with a dipping sauce, and it was kind of like a bar happy hour, and we were gonna do it on the rooftop. And then I went to go like get all the have-naughties, and they're like, I need alone time, or no, not now. And I was like, what? I was like, this sounds so fun. And then someone like offered another activity, and everyone's like, oh, I'm so excited about this. So like, it was really interesting how like the social aspect of what landed and what didn't. Right. And you know, one person would suggest thing and someone else would suggest something similar, but people would take one personality suggestion over the other personality. Right. So there was a lot of like social competition, and you never knew what would land. Right. It was so interesting.
Right. Lisa, this is the moment of truth. We're getting it in the comments a lot. I feel like at some point I'm not going to be able to dodge it anymore.
What?
They want to know about Eminem, about Mad McKenzie.
I was like, Eminem, what flavor?
That's been the thing. They're calling it Eminem. They're hashtagging Eminem.
I mean, what do you guys want to know?
I know. Y'all are like, tell us about
there.
McKenzie. Like, what do you want to know? Like,
do you want me to spill the tea on Eminem?
All right, here's the deal, everybody. Buckle up, because this is the truth. Like, this is what I've said, and it is because it's the truth. Like, it's the truth. I think if I knew the end to every single story, it would take away from the beauty of the story. And Mackenzie and I are in chapter 1 of that story, and I don't know what chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are gonna write, but I'm excited to find out. She has so many characteristics that I'm genuinely interested in. And I meant what I said in my interview with Julie, that I told her that I don't think her story's over, and that when she gets out of here, I will find her and we will figure it out together. She has all of my hoodies, as y'all can see on the episode, time and time again. But I think that is where we're at. And like, I can't, like, if this is a two-way like decision here, like she has to decide how she feels about me. It was honestly, watching the episodes was helpful because I only had, since I've been evicted, like a couple weeks to like process how I felt and the real experiences, but then also seeing like her DR conversations, I was like, oh my gosh, like she made that whole comment about like, you know, I'm not giving him much, but I got to make him work for it. And I was like, I mean, she didn't tell me that. I'm out here being like, yo, am I ugly? Like, what is the deal? So we'll figure it out, and we'll see what the chapters to come will write. But I'm definitely interested. I'm trying to, refrain from anything romantic in my life until I figure that out, because I think it would be worth it. So I hope that answered everybody's question.
I think, you know, I was there the weekend after. I was there for the weekend. You know what? I had time with MJ when you weren't in the house, and you know, she had to adapt really quickly and adapt to the game in the house. And so, you know, I did like a friend check-in, like, hey, how are you? Like, I know there's a lot to process. Like, if there's anything you want to process about, like, Matt, I'm here. And I just, you know, she just handled herself very well. I got to know her sleeping next to her as like a have-not, and she was a really
Kenny's
good...
back.
Kenny!
Kenny, the topic of the moment is Eminem. It's
MJ and Matt. You know, she and I had some really good, and what I want to believe as genuine conversations. She's really brilliant. She's really intelligent. She's very well-spoken, you know, one-on-one, and, you know, very strongly opinionated. And it's just like, a kick-ass woman. And so like I really loved how she treated me as a friend and how she showed up, and she just has some really strong characteristics. And you know, we're all going to connect when we're all outside of the house and get to know each other outside of the game. And you know, I think you're a great person, Matt, and the MJ that I got to know is a great person as well. And I'm excited for you guys to like get to know each other outside of the house and see what sparks fly, if any, outside of the four walls of the crazy Big Brother house.
We will see. Kenny, what do you think? You were also our roommate.
Yeah, I was. Do you remember what you said to me the first night?
No.
You don't remember what you said to me the first night?
What did I say? What did I say?
You looked right at her and you said, "That's going to be trouble for me." And I said,
little did I know it was going to be Angela that would be trouble. Dang, I don't even remember that, but that's also true because, yeah.
I think it's definitely something to explore. I mean, the Big Brother house causes all kinds of emotions, and you know, as somebody that's a little older and has been in a couple of relationships, yeah, you can. I would explore it. You never know what happens. Maybe she'll move back to Georgia, or you move to Texas. Who knows?
Hey, I've got, you know, we've got some prior BB people up in Houston that, you know, might have a place for me to stay. But yeah, I like, you know, it's weird. Like I said this on TikTok live the other day, and so I don't mind saying it again. But it's like, like I got emotional. I was live during both of your evictions, and like, and this will come back full circle. But I'm not like an emotional guy. It was weird even like watching myself cry on TV, but like even when I was live, I felt like I got emotional because I know you guys. Like you guys are real people, and you're not just figures I'm watching on a TV. Like I know things about your life and your story and your kids and your families and your parents and your like. So even like, you know, with Lisa, like when you cried, like that was really hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
And then Kenny, when you spoke about, you know, how you felt when I left and the relationship that I didn't even know about you being a police officer and my dad being one, like it produces real emotion because I know you guys, and we all three of us, even specifically, like genuinely developed relationships and connections, even though I was only in for 10 days, you know. But I say that to say, like even with the Mackenzie situation, like I know, like she's not just like a random person or like a figure. Like I was kind of laughing, like even talking to Buddy about it the other day. It's like the time that we all spent in the Big Brother house, I was only there for 10 days, right? But it's like, obviously 10 days of a really intense pressure cooker situation, no connection with the outside world, no TVs, no phones, no music, whatever. So it expedites relationship. But I was like, even with Mackenzie specifically, you can probably like double that because we only slept like 30 minutes every night. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, they wouldn't
there's probably
turn the lights out because of that.
I know. And then we started to be like, man, do we need to like just talk in the bathroom or like in outside? Like, cause we were like, we need to let Kenny sleep. So all that to say, like, you know, it was kind of funny on live eviction Thursday. She like gave a shout out to her family, whatever. And then was like, miss you, Ratty. And I was like, you know what I mean? Cause it like, I don't know if y'all have seen that yet, but again, it's like that's a real person. You know what I mean? I'm not just watching this as just a viewer. I'm also watching this as somebody who knows you guys. So I don't know if what y'all think about that or if that kind of has hit y'all yet. But it is weird to watch the shows and the feeds and coming from a position where it's like I actually know these people and they're real people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It feels really, first of all, you and MJ had like undeniable chemistry, just like banter, rapport, just like it kind of like existed as you got to know each other. So like, we know that's real before like the game kind of started. But you know, it's so different. We're all real people in there. And then like, honestly, I see clips of me out of the house, like, oh my God, the scrolling. Oh God. But like, I see clips and I'm like, wait, that's such a different perspective of seeing us versus like sitting on a beanbag next to Kenny and talking to him kind of thing versus what the world saw. What do you think, Kenny?
Yeah, for sure. I that was one of the things that I was shocked about. I always used to sit home as a fan watching, going like, how are these people getting so close so quick?
Right.
Now, I mean, you don't know it until you live it. The things that happen in that house is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I'm a prime example of being older. There's not too many older people that go in that house for a reason.
Yeah.
It's because of situations that like I found myself in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And this is a really unique season. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
obviously,
sure.
I think I was talking with BB Steph on her channel, and she was like, "Man, how does it feel to like be in Big Brother like history?" And I was like, "Dang, I mean, I guess good, but like that was a moment that will always be talked about in terms of Big Brother is the massacre." But then like even I think with some of Tucker's gameplay right now, I mean it's like monumental, like some of the stuff happening, So okay, one thing I wanted to ask you about too, how do you guys feel like this season would be different without the 3 noms and without AI Arena?
Yeah, so it would be a lot different. I went in there with a specific plan.
Right.
And it threw it completely out the window. Yeah. Like I didn't want to win the first HOH, and I actually did try and win it because I was like 3 noms. Like that's going to be a huge task. Like you got to do it with as many people in the house as possible. So it made a huge. It threw I think it threw everybody for a loop and didn't know what to do.
I think it's changing the social game of everybody in the house because you don't really have to campaign. Like obviously you do, but at the same time, you could get put on the block and get nominated and do 0 campaigning and go win the BBAI Arena and stay safe, which is wild. I listened to I think it was like Rob has a podcast or something. They were talking about how the AI Arena situation allows for big time competitors to actually have more longevity in the game. But like that's what we're seeing with Tucker. Yep. You know what I mean? So I think about that all the time, that if we were just playing straight up Big Brother and let's say any of us got nominated and we were against whoever, how that would have been so different in terms of who we would have campaigned with, the relationships with. I mean, strategy in terms of socially, like it would have changed everything. And I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last. I think it ends this week.
Yeah, I know. And but at the same, there's a piece of me that also thinks they may just keep it.
That'll be crazy.
It would be crazy.
It's such a different feeling too. So like being on the block 2 weeks in a row, I don't know if you felt this too, Kenny, is that like you never had to stop working because you knew there was always like, oh, I can save myself in a few days. I can save myself in a few days. Like it was never like set in stone. Like if you don't get this, then you have this much time to campaign and do this. You're like, oh, I have some more time to save myself and that's all I have to do. So it like also really changed our like week to like our day-to-day situation of like, oh, there's another potential of keeping to save ourselves. And there was, 2-3 ways of saving yourself and like it was just
yeah, for sure. From my perspective too, I didn't have a lot of alliances in the house, and but I knew there was a lot of alliances, but I didn't think they were very strong in my opinion. So that's why I kind of wasn't worried about it, and I knew I could compete. I knew how to put things together. I knew I could win intelligence comps. I knew I could kind of compete in the the physical comps. I wasn't going to beat Matt. But
well, I mean, shoot, the only one we got to compete in was a clone counting comp.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've talked about this a lot. Oh, this is another question. I want you to finish your thought, but I have a question from what you just said.
No, I agree. I agree with that. The clone thing was terrible, but that kind of was my reasoning for having the obstacle of being older and not having that personal connection with a lot of people in the house. Was a bit of an obstacle, and I couldn't overcome it.
Right. So okay, here's the question I wanted to ask you guys. So I don't know if y'all got to watch tonight's episode, but I'm curious on your take of the comps that we've seen so far, because I honestly think the most physical comp we've seen is the spelling bee that you both competed in and Lisa won.
Winner. That was so fun.
And it wasn't even fully physical. Like, because I know, like, for me, my strategy, if I played that, I would have been to get as many passes as possible. But I still could have done so many different passes and then gotten screwed from whatever I chose to spell, right? So I'm curious, like, I know that a lot of the Twitter world is obviously a proponent and advocate for equitable comps. But I'm curious what you guys think in terms of the difference between, Lisa, I think we were talking about this the other day. What is an equitable comp and what is just an absolute shot in the dark type comp?
I mean, I feel like all of them have just been like, it can be anyone's game at any time, but also there's certain like assets that all of us excel at that we're like, this is the comp for me kind of thing. And there hasn't been like one comp that has been very clear on like one competitive aspect of the person, right? That they're like, this is a must have that I'll win. Granted, I saw the spelling bee and I literally was like, this is my comp. Like, this is made for me. And I made it like, you know, I also had a strategy going in, and then you were saying physically, like, I thought I was going to get more, I think I went back and forth about like 15 times, but like you went in there and then you didn't realize how like sticky the honey was. And then like that changed your game strategy and you just had to think on your toes really quickly. Did you feel like that too, Kenny?
Yeah, I was exhausted after the first pass, to be honest with you. And I'm in pretty decent shape.
Yeah.
And then I intended on looking back, but by the time they hit you with all those cannons and the confetti and the slime, I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me, so it threw my whole game plan out. But I did intend on deleting E right away, as that was my first objective. And that first part happened, but everything else didn't really fall into place. But hey, we were the only 2 that actually spelled real words.
Honestly, you spelled a fantastic word. Like, Kenny, that camping, I mean, you're camping right now, so it makes sense. And I'm here transforming right now, so this makes sense too.
So, and like, it maybe I'm just a little salty because I didn't get to do one, you know? But like, for me, my only frustration that I have sitting at home now is that we're going to have to watch some of the, like, or I have to watch some of these comps and just know that if I was playing, it would change the dynamic. It may not even change the winner or who loses, but like, especially with Tucker, with the whole comp beast, you know, thing getting thrown out now with a crazy resume, I'm like, I wonder if I was in the house and would have been ready to go toe to toe with Tucker at any time, if that would change his current strategy. You know what I mean? But obviously I'm not, and I got booted. But yeah, again, maybe I'm just salty, but thinking back, I'm like, and Kenny, we talked about this right after the clone counting, because we were like, yeah, I just guessed. And Kimo was like, yeah, me too. And we all picked something different. And so to me, I was like, to me, that didn't feel necessarily equitable. It felt like a shot in the dark. And I wish I had lost to something that somebody had beat me in terms of they had applied a skill better than I could have applied that skill. So that's my only thing. And maybe I'm just salty about it, and I totally accept that. But even a little bit with the, you know, first HOH that we did, I was like, you know, that was definitely equitable, but where does equitable collide with this is a complete shot in the dark? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what, Matt, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I was saying, because even the next HOH was a total guess. Like, unless you were an absolute, could memorize those videos, like, there was no way. I was, after the first 2, I was guessing.
Right.
Like, Matt, you were saying, like, if we were all in the house, like, you and I, Matt, are very outspoken players. Sorry, Kenny, we know you've played a little more quiet game. Hopefully no offense taken. But, like, I think it would be very different with you and I in the house, Matt, because we weren't afraid to go out there and not jump on the bandwagon. And what we're seeing a lot this season is, you know, with your vote, with my vote, with Kenny's vote, people are jumping on a bandwagon that's, like, might be their easier route at the beginning of the game. So I think if you and I were in there, we would be some strong voices that would try to switch it up. Like, Kenny, here's what I really wanted, and I tried to manifest, but it didn't work this time. I really wanted to pull myself off the block the second week, win HOH the third week, and myself or you win HOH the third week, and then really just like switch up everything that we saw. I didn't want to see, I know that you like were like, maybe I'm okay to go up on the block. I was going to listen to what you wanted, but I wanted to see some fresh block the second week, win HOH the third week, and myself or you win HOH the third week, and then really just like switch up everything that we saw. I didn't want to see, I know that